All right, everyone, I have a similar PSA to the last one about public education. So if you haven't been paying attention, there's a new party in BC, whoop, not so whoop. It's One BC. I'm currently on their website right now, onebc.ca, very original. Anyways, if you take a look at their priorities, you can very clearly see their platform, and you can see that if you care about things, this is not a good party to have in politics. So they currently have 2 members in the BC Ledge, and let's just talk a little bit about their education platform. First of all, they want to equalize funding for public, private, homeschooling, and charter school options, and legislate education as an essential service. Translation, that means taking public funds that typically go into the public system and making sure that they go into the private system. All right, number 2, remove SOGI and all political activism from curriculum. First of all, SOGI resources that are out there in BC are typically resources for teachers to help them make sure that their classrooms are more inviting and welcoming to diverse students. It's not necessarily part of the curriculum. So just a heads up. If I'm wrong, please feel free to comment or direct message me. Anyways, the rest of that, schools should equip students with knowledge and skills needed to contribute meaningfully to our society, which I would argue means to understand that there is diversity in our society and different sexual orientations and gender identities. So taking SOGI resources out of the ether wouldn't actually be a good move to make sure students are ready to contribute meaningfully to society. Anyways, number 3, bring back letter grades and standardized testing. I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Number 4, provide a politically neutral space for post-secondary learning by removing all woke administrative policies, including DEI and mandatory land acknowledgements. Blah, mouthful, but what we need to pay attention to is that when any of these politicians say they want a politically neutral space, they don't want a politically neutral space in our schools. They just want their politics in our schools. And that's a huge flag because their politics usually mean erasing queer and trans students, erasing any students who are racialized, getting rid of land acknowledgements, mandatory land acknowledgements, which I'm like, okay, just see the veil of racism there. Anyways, number 5, legislate education as an essential service, ending abusive strikes. Now, the reason a lot of any union, whether it's teachers, nurses, posties, a lot of times they go on strikes is not to abuse the public, but because they're living under ridiculous working conditions. So really take a look at their language. If you really want to vomit, you can take a look at their platforms with regards to everything else. But for now, let's just focus on education.